It's the Brad and John Show.
It is the Brad and John Show. Today's date is the 30th of January. It is the last show date of January. We have one more day in January, tomorrow the 31st. And the 1st of February is, believe it or not, it is Sunday, if you can believe that, John. John, where are we in right now? The C block?
We're in C block for January 30th.
Okay. I have had a nice lady send me some emails, and I think she's getting frustrated with me because I keep forgetting to bring this up with you. Her name is Nelva, N-E-L-V-A, Nelva Lee, and she is a doctor, either a PhD or an EDD. I don't know which because she's in education. And she writes, "Hi, Brad. I realize your inbox is probably overflowing, but I wanted to reach out one last time. The work I've done leading a medical interpreting trade school and serving on the Georgia Department of Community Health Board under Governor Kemp has shown me again and again how important clear communication and trusted leaders are in any community. Having also run for Georgia Superintendent of Schools, I'm eager to share the practical lessons and real experiences that come from working at the intersection of education, healthcare, and public service. If you're interested in exploring the challenges and bright spots in public leadership or in hearing how ordinary citizens can step forward to make an impact, I truly enjoy the opportunity to bring those stories and guidance to your audience. Thank you for your consideration. Regardless of your decision, wishing you continued success with your show." Yeah, right. Okay, so John, I already know the answer you're going to say. Up or down?
Well, I mean, it's a mass email to a spam list.
No, actually.
So why would you even respond to her?
It's not a mass email because...
Yeah, Brad, I just Googled it. Have you Googled her?
Yes, but the very first email she sent me, she mentions things we talked about in the show. So it wasn't...
Okay, so she probably did some sort of... She probably had someone on her team or she had an AI bot scan. Oh, look, they discuss economy, local issues, grade scale, and then you fill it in and you send a mass email out that's tailored to whatever audience. Suckers would think, "Oh, wow, she listens to our show from Georgia. A nice black lady named Nelva spends her mornings listening to the Brad and John Show. Let's have her on for 15 minutes to talk about Georgia."
Nelva, if you're listening right now, my cell phone number is 314-280-8880. To disprove, John, that you are a real person and you're not a bot and you're not an AI.
He's a real person, yeah, and who uses AI to send spam emails, yeah.
But all I'll tell you is text me the word underwear 569 and I'll know you're a real person, okay?
There you go, Brad. I like that trick. You've done that trick before.
Underwear 569. Just text that to me right now. We'll know it's a real person, okay?
I think we've given the spam bot enough time, Brad. You had a Ben Brown story.
Well, is he a spam bot too?
No, it's a brand new subject.
Okay. He texted me the other day, matter of fact, yesterday at 2:11. Hi, Brad.
Did we talk about Ben Brown yesterday?
No, we did not, but we'll get into this.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned Ben Brown when we talked about the toxic landfill.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And I said that Ben Brown, I don't know if you can remember all the way back to yesterday, Brad,
I can't.
But I said the only elected officials who've taken an active role in helping on Jim Roberts' DNR issue have been the offices of Josh Hawley, Ann Wagner, and Ben Brown himself.
Hold on, I just got a text.
I love inside jokes. I hope to be part of one someday.
Someone, I won't mention who, just texted me, Poopy Bridges 0000.
Oh. Oh, Shelley, we love you. Listen, Brad, can we go back to Ben Brown? So, yeah, we mentioned Ben on the show yesterday, Brad, and I know that you don't follow our show on social media, but I tagged Ben in posts. So, Ben, you didn't upload the audio until super late yesterday, but as soon as you did, I cleaned it up, I put tags on it, and then I tagged Ben Brown to let him know that we mentioned him on the show yesterday.
Okay, the article is yesterday at 2:11. Hi, Brad. This is Ben Brown's AI chatbot. I just wanted to essentially say that when we listened to the audio, my name came up, actually my boss's name, because I'm an AI chatbot, and I'm not a real person. I'm just an AI chatbot. If you want to come visit me in Jefferson City, come down to the IT room, and you can introduce yourself to the third rack from the left. That's where I live in that server.
Hey, Brad, if anybody's going to go to Jeff City to chase a big rack, it's going to be you. What did the real message from Ben say, though?
See, John, one minute you're calling people who sent me communication, you're calling them chatbots, and the next minute you believe that Ben Brown actually texted me. I mean, come on.
I love the fact that someone that's been in radio for more than 50 years can get a mass email from a random black lady in Georgia who's spamming every reporter and every radio host whose email she can obtain from a paid list, and somehow thinks it's a real human communication. It reminds me, before you get to Ben Brown, Brad, do you remember what a big fan Joaquin Phoenix is of our show?
He is. He is a huge fan of our show.
For folks who don't know, 2 years ago, we got a follow from a spam bot from a guy whose name was probably Iqbal in Sri Lanka. And it said, Joaquin Phoenix, official. It said Joaquin Phoenix, official. And Brad was like, hey, Joaquin Phoenix loves our show. And I said, wow, that's a cool spam bot. And you said, no, John, I know it's real because it says official. Oh, well, Iqbal or Hakeem Patel in India, whoever was running the spam bot, he knew that some sucker would see the word official in a bio and say, it must be Joaquin Phoenix. He must have loved my dissertation on the P-51 Magnum. I'll tell it again.
So, John,
anyway, Brad, you got a genuine message. Let's not do a disservice to real listeners. And let's talk about, you said you got some sort of a message from Senator Ben Brown.
No, let me ask you a quick question. So when you go on Twitter and you see a tweet or whatever they call it now, an X from official Donald J. Trump, you go, that's not him. That's bogus because nobody who says they're official is the official person, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, that's an incorrect analogy, and I don't have time to poke holes in it. Can we please, for the fourth time, get to Ben Brown's message?
Hi, Brad. Just caught the segment on today's show about the solid waste district bill. The committee substitute that Representative Banderman presented today was the Senate version of the bill I filed. Happy to provide you with any additional info and address the claims made by its opponents. Can also help connect you with Jim Roberts. And I said, thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks. Let me discuss it with John. And he says, okay, I just forwarded a link to the segment to Jim as well, too. And then he sends me another paragraph. The solid waste district pull $8.5 million from the department per year. Half of that is eliminated just on their overhead alone, not to mention any waste fraud and abuse that is occurring due to lack of oversight. If they are dissolved, the department could fully fund every environmental grant in that the SWDs, what is that, solid waste district, is that what that is, yep. SWDs, do with approximately an additional $4 million left over annually that would be freed up to address the he's got generally landfill. Is that general landfill? General landfill and the other 28 abandoned landfill sites across the state of Missouri. Feel free to quote me on that. Okay, so in other words, what he's saying is, he's saying that if they got rid of this one agency, that $8.5 million, and they're saying that half of that money is their overhead cost, if they just took that agency and got rid of it and put all $8.5 million to work for cleaning up these landfills, they can all be cleaned up. That's what he's saying?
Yeah, I think so. And to be fair, in the piece that was originally in, was that the Post-Dispatch? Sorry, my memory fails me at this moment. But Representative Banderman testified to that. Now, Ben brings up a great point, and I think it's more than just minutia. I think we should acknowledge it. A lot of bills that you see in the House will actually be coming from the Senate. So you'll have a Senate bill, like it appears as though Ben Brown actually authored this bill, and then you'll have a House companion. And you want to try to have the House companion bill be as close to the Senate bill as possible. You want to have them identical or near identical if you can. So what Ben is saying here is that, yes, Brad Banderman has that legislation in the House. It's Ben's legislation in the Senate, and Ben is offering to answer any questions we have here.
Okay, so I'm a little confused on this. Okay, the solid waste district, they have their own department. Is that what he's saying?
They have their own funding, yeah. And what Ben is saying here is that if you took out the administrative cost to have, overhead and staff, and I'm guessing HR and other expenditures going there, if you reduce that overhead, then you just had these solid waste independent districts, then that money would go to those 20 or however many districts there are instead of being spent on overhead. As Ben offered, Ben would probably be the guy to answer that question if you emailed him, texted him, or called him.
So do you want to maybe have him on next week?
Yeah, by all means. Like if you want to have him on during C block, by all means, either B or C block. I think that would be awesome. Ben would be able to answer that. And I think too, first of all, let's express our appreciation to Senator Brown for connecting us with Jim Roberts. I know you had his number at one point and lost it. I think it would be fascinating to also push to have Jim Brown at a time that can work for him. I know that all of us have, well, except for you, because you're not of general breeding age, but most of us have children. I know Senator Brown does, Jim Roberts does, I do. So I know it's hard for Jim to get on the radio at some points in the morning, but I would love to hear an update from Jim. You know, Jim went to one of Senator Brown's listening forums when Senator Brown had these in every county in his district, and Jim gave an update on what was going on with DNR. But that was a couple months ago, and there's probably been progress there.
John, you've insulted me because of the fact that you're essentially alluding to the fact that a 90-year-old man cannot father children.
Well, you can. You certainly can. I mean, I don't think a woman named Nina has ovulated in probably 3 decades, so I don't think that's probably part in the cards for her. But sure, you could, find. I heard Bill Belichick broke up with his girlfriend. I don't know if that's true or not. In fact, it's from as reliable of a source as Nelva Jones, Nelva Lee down in Georgia. Maybe Nelva can tell us if Bill and Jordan broke up.
Hold on a minute. I just got a text from Nina Needleman. It says, Brad, you know how you talk about your mom always said no good deed goes unpunished? Thanks. Tell John thanks for everything he's done for me for my seminar this weekend.
Oh, thank you, Brad. I checked my email this morning and I still hadn't gotten an email thanking me for single-handedly promoting our conference. Anyway, Brad, I think it was, first of all, thanks to Senator Brown for reaching out. And Brad, I think it would be great to have him on the show. And then I think that you could think of, you could talk to him about the solid waste issue. And then any other issue that if we could get him for 10 to 15 minutes, I think it would probably be ideal to have him on a Monday or Friday. Tuesday through Thursday, he's almost definitely going to be tied up in Senate stuff in the morning. But
okay, I will send him a text and see if he's available on Monday. We can do that. Okay, and
that's fantastic.
And I will
Brad.
Also send Bill Eigel. Maybe we should call Bill real quick. We got like a minute and a half left. Would you want me to call him real quick?
Imagine him picking up the phone and you insulting him by telling him that we're going to give him 1 minute. I think, considering how thoroughly you besmirched his plan and B block today, and folks who are listening later can go back to January 30th, 2026. Considering how thoroughly you besmirched him in B block, I think you should do him the courtesy of giving him more than 1 minute to refute your ridiculous claims.
John, I'm telling you, okay, I'm saying I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but when someone comes on a show and starts talking about, well, we're going to take the money from this agency and put it over here, and then they're going to send you a check, I'm thinking to myself, that's never going to happen. That's. Hold on a minute. Hold it. Oh my God, there's some guy just broke into the studio, John. He's coming after me. What should I do? Sir, stay away from me. Stay away.
Kabuki!
It's Kabuki, Brad.
That's what he wants.
You know who we should have? We should have Nelva Lee come on. And we should reach out to her. And she would say, who? Can you imagine if you bumped into Nelva Lee, like at a speakeasy in Blackjack? Because she was visiting her kinfolk here. And you were like, hey, I'm Brad from the Brad and John Show. And she would look at you like, I have no idea what the Brad and John Show is.
Same thing if I ran into Ben Brown in Washington, he would say, I have no idea who Brad Hildebrand is. Okay, John.
I love your ability early on, though, your attempt to tie a spambot to Ben Brown. So, yes, I'm glad. You know what? It underscores the fact I'm glad that I acted quickly yesterday after you posted the show around noon. I'm glad that I acted so quickly and put timestamps on it and tagged Senator Brown. I'm glad I did that.
John, I was out trying to make sales for the radio station. So
I know you were. And do you have another First Friday shake hands and don't hear back from people meeting today? Or was that just yesterday?
I do. Funny you should mention that. Yeah, I got to get out of here. So say goodbye, John.
All right. See you on Monday, Brad.